They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds the future, and life is worth the living just because he lives.
Alrighty, we have got some coffee to keep my whistle wet. Da-da-da, grab your coffee. Ooh, cat hair on the bottom. Mama Cat, you're gonna stay off my table. Don't like that. And we're going to look at Matthew 26. Okay? So here we go. Let's see if we can't learn something tonight. And it came to pass, when Jesus had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, You know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover. Now we're not talking about Easter. We're talking about the Passover. Okay? And the Son of Man is portrayed to be crucified. He is telling them, look, I'm going to be crucified. Okay? 3. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who is called Caiaphas. Okay, can't spit that out. And they consulted that they might take Jesus by subtlety. In other words, tricking like Satan did to Eve in the garden, and kill him. Number 5. But they said, No, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar among the people. Now then, Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simeon the leper. And there came unto him a woman, having an alabaster box of precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. Now this is an ointment that no man is supposed to make. And I think it's in Deuteronomy. It gives you the whole thing on how to make this ointment. It is only for the Lord's house. And they don't have it in here. But when we come across it, then I'll point it out to you if I can't find it. But when his disciples were on 8, but when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, To what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, Why trouble ye the woman? For she has wrought a good work unto me. He was anointed, she anointed him as high priest before he went to the cross. She humbled herself to make sure that Jesus Christ was anointed before he went to the cross. Okay, number 11. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured an ointment on my body She did it for my burial. Okay? Verily I say unto you, whatsoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this that this woman hath done be told before the memorial of her. In other words, you don't know her name. We don't know her name. But it is a memorial saying that this woman anointed Jesus Christ before he went to the cross, because he has to be anointed to become high priest for us. All right. 14. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went unto the chief priest and said unto them, what will you give me? And I will deliver him unto you. And they converted with him for 30 pieces of silver. That right there was very cheap. I don't know about it back in those days, but I'm looking at, and that was cheap. All right. 16. And from that time, he saw opportunity to betray him. How many of Judas Iscariots do we have in the world today that is out to betray Jesus? We have all kinds of them. Anybody that had rather take and get worldview, world money, world anything that this world has to offer them, instead of taking Jesus Christ and loving him and saying, I am yours. I'm yours, Jesus. Then they have betrayed Jesus. They got their 30 pieces of silver. Okay? 17. Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, the master saith, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at thy house with my disciples. So, in other words, they already had this man ready to give up his house and everything. Let's use our brain a little bit. Let's try to go into La La Land with maybe a little bit of truth, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's true or not, but let's just go there and play with it. Let's just say that Jesus Christ was walking down the road one day, and this man came up and he said, my Lord, it's you. I know you. I can feel you. I know you. And anytime you need anything from me, you just let me know, and I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you my house. I'll give you anything. Just let me know. He said, sir, I sure will. I'll let you know, and I'm going to let you know now. When it comes time for Passover, will you please let me come to your house and let me have my Passover in your house with my disciples? I would really appreciate it. Yes, sir, you can have anything. You just let me know and I'll have it all prepared for you. I'll do everything that needs to be done. Okay? So, there's my little brain, however you want to look at it. That's just me. Okay? Alright, so we're going to go on to 19. And the disciples did as Jesus had appointed them, and they made ready the Passover. Now, when the evening was come, he sat down with the 12. And as they did eat, he said, verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? Am I the one that's going to... I don't want to betray you. Okay? 23. And he answered and said, he that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. the Son of Man goeth, as it is written of him. But woe unto the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. So let's just look at it this way. It would have been better for you not to have been born at all if you want to keep the worldview and you want to portray Jesus. Because if you keep the worldview, you are portraying Jesus. And I'm going to put it right out there like it is. Any of their holiday, like Hollywood, holly tree, they use the holly tree to make magical wands with, okay? And cast their spell. Think about pentagon, pentagram, and there was another penta in there. Those are all trigger words, okay? So, if you keep the worldview, it would have been better for you not to be born at all. Okay, 25. Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? And he said unto them, Thou hast said. And as they were eating, Jesus took bread and blessed it and broke it and gave it to the disciples and said, Take, eat, this is my body. Now we're going to look spiritually at this. Right here, this, every word that you read out of your Bible is your spiritual bread. Okay? And this is his body. And when you read it and you understand it, that body of his is coming and joining with your body. Okay? 27. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for remission of sin. All right, this is his blood, the drink. Okay, let's look at a well. Okay, a well not full of water, but full of his blood. Okay? When you are thirsty and you need his presence, if you read his word, this is water too. It's water for your soul. It's food for thought. Can you see where I'm coming from? All right, and it is for the remission of sin for everybody that is willing to take it. Because if you're not willing to take it, then you might as well just live with what you decide. There's a thin line. There's a thin line between the false Christ and the real Christ. Okay? Take your bread, learn of him. Take the blood, learn of him. All right, 29. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. Okay, he did not drink any more wine at all. And I'm not talking about grape juice. I'm talking about wine. In 1 Peter or 2 Peter, it says, take a little wine for your stomach's sake. If you look at now, we need a little bit of wine for our stomach's sake because the world is such in chaos and it is going to get worse before it can even get better. Okay? So, Jesus is not drinking anything until we are all gathered together. And then he's going to break out the wine. I could just think about how great this wine is going to. We never tasted anything like it before. We've never had a feast anything like it before. That's like apples. They have geoengineered these apples to where, are we really getting a true taste with all them GMOs and everything in it? I don't think we are. I think an apple is going to be awesome. Okay, maybe I might have some teeth chow down in it. Alrighty. Let's see, we're on 30. And when they had sung an hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Just think, Jesus Christ sang. I bet you he had the most beautifulest voice that he had ever heard. Oh, heard however I'm trying to say. Oh, it's imagination giving my God praise and glory for who he is. 31. Then saith Jesus unto them, all ye shall be offended because of this night. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the shepherd of the flock shall be scattered abroad. So he's telling them, look, I know each and every one of you are going to go away. You're not going to want to watch this. You're not going to want nothing to do with this. And you're going to go hide. I understand that. 32. But after I am risen, I will go before you in Galilee. So he's saying, all right, after this is all over with, I'm going to meet you in Galilee, okay? 33. And Peter said unto him, that all men shall be offended because of thee, yet I never be offended. Okay, Peter, everybody was offended this night. And Jesus said unto them, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crows, thou shalt deny me thrice. In other words, he's going to deny him 3 times. Let me go shut Mom's door. Boy, it just went in there. I'm on 35. So, okay, 35 here. Okay, so, people nowadays are really offended by Jesus Christ, okay? And it's horrible. All right, we're on 35. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also shall all the disciples. Then cometh Jesus with them into the place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples, sit ye here, while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter, the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Jesus knew that it was time for him to die. Put yourself in his shoes. You are going to be dying for everybody. People that said, oh, I know who Jesus is, but yet turn around and deny him. People that rather have the worldview. People that hate him. He is dying for them as well. Think of all the things how sorrowful that Jesus Christ felt about everything. Take all the world. Think about all the world's sin and having it on your shoulders. Just think about how he cried. God, these people don't understand. They don't understand how bad this is in front of your eyes. And how you love them so much. And if they honestly knew how much you love them, for me to come down here and take it away from them, then they would come to you with open arms. Okay? I mean, this is really bad to me. Okay. And he took him, Peter, okay, I'm on 38. Then saith he unto them, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here, and watch with me. He wanted them to watch. Watch for these Sanhedrins to come, these captain of the guard, the blue thugs. Okay? Watch for them. Pray. Okay? You should watch, pray. If you watch the car, you'll be like, watch the car wreck, then you'd be like, oh my Lord Jesus Christ, don't let nobody get hurt. You pray, you watch and you pray. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but thou wilt. I do not think at all that Jesus Christ is saying, I don't want nothing to do with this. I think that Jesus Christ was saying, oh Father, if it be possible, have we really looked through everything? And is this the only way that we can do this? Okay? If it is, let this pass by. Okay? But not my will. Because I would say that Jesus Christ, being a human being too, he was saying, I don't want no part of this. I don't want to go to the cross. As a human being. Okay? But as a God, he said, nevertheless, not as I will, because I don't want to do it, but as thou wilt. I'm going to do it for you, because this is what you want. I'm going to be obeying you until I die. Okay? 40. And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, What could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. How many of you is your flesh weak? I raise my hand. I know my flesh is very weak. I know it is. Okay? But thank God that Jesus Christ came and rose again. Alright? And you see here that he told him, pray that you don't fall into temptation. What if one of them disciples was to have prayed? Sat there and prayed while Jesus Christ was out praying. Lord, I see what's going on. I understand what's going on, Creator Father God. And please help me be able to stand by him and be with him and give me the encouragement to think how that disciple would have changed a lot in this world. But no, none of them did. All right, 42. And he went away again in the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. Plain and simple. If it won't pass, then let it be done. So, what are we learning here with what Jesus Christ said? Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it. So, let's see, the drinking is going through and doing what Jesus, what God, the Creator Father God, wants you to do. So this right here is a new experience for me for reading it. So when I do things for Christ, I am drinking of him. Wow, that is deep. So thy will be done. Okay? And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were very heavy. Now think about this. Why were their eyes heavy? They were tired from eating all that food, drinking that wine. Okay? All right, 44. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. He said it 3 times. Then came he to his disciples and saith unto them, Sleep on now, take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. So Judas Iscariot knowed where he was, what he was doing, and he went to the Sanhedrins, or whoever they are, and said, Come on, blue thugs, let's go get Jesus. I want my 30 pieces of silver. 46. Arise, let us be going. Behold, he is at the hand, that doeth betray me. Come on, let's go. We're going to meet him on the way. All right, 47. And while ye yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came with him, a great multitude, with swords and staves, from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now these are here's all your politicians and all your churchgoers or your preachers that are on TV. Do you actually think that these TV preachers wouldn't do this again to put him out? I'm making money. I've got a jet. Look, they don't sacrifice anything to help the population out, the homeless. Can you see what? None of them do. All right. 48. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, whosoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Behold him fast. In other words, I'm going to give him a kiss, the one you want, and when I do, you better grab him, because he may end up running. No, I don't think he would have ended up running. He has a purpose, and they have a purpose. Do you not think that if Creator, Father, God didn't want this to happen, it would not happen? It didn't happen all the way up until this time. He has a time for everything, and everything is in line with what he wants, even today. So don't worry about, whether we are really going to have a martial law on whatever date I said that it was. Nobody knows. Just be prepared, because I know that we are all going to be, it's appointed for that to happen. It's appointed for us all to go into captivity. It's appointed for all of us to die at this time. So when the blue thugs come knocking at your door and saying, we want your gun through martial law, that's what they're coming for. Your guns. They want you unarmed, so you cannot protect yourself from them. That is when I'm going to, I ain't going with you. You're not coming in here taking my food. You're not coming in here taking my stuff, because they will come in and get what they want. They have to kill me first. They have to kill Ricky, and they will have to kill Mom, because that is what we have decided that we should do. That's the way we feel. Now you may run. If you can run, go. But I'm not leaving my mom behind. She can't run. Okay, let's go on. 49. And forthwith he came to Jesus and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And Jesus said unto him, Friend, therefore art thou come. Then they came and laid hands on Jesus and took him. And behold, one of them, which was Jesus, snatched out his hands and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. In other words, the high priest got his ear cut completely off. And Jesus said unto him, Put up thy sword into his place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. All right, if you are going to fight with the sword, you're going to die with the sword. Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels? Do you not think that I could tell my Father, bring them down here, stop them? I don't want to do this. What would happen if Jesus actually did that? If Jesus actually stopped it, we would all be burning in hell, because this is Satan's world. This is Satan. You are living by Satan's rules. We want God's rules. that we are living by Satan's. We have no choice. We are in spiritual bondage. Now we're going to be going into physical bondage. What the physical or the spiritual, then you're going to see in the physical. Okay? Okay. 54. But now then shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it may be. 55. In that same hour said Jesus to the multitude, Are ye come out as against a thief with a sword and stave, for to take me? I sat daily with you teaching in the temple, and you laid no hold on me. Why are you coming out now with weapons to get me? I sat with you guys all the time. Why didn't you just get me then? You don't have to do all that. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophet might be fulfilled. Now this is Jesus still speaking right here. And this is red. Now it goes into black. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. They all just took off. Just like he said. They all ran. 57. And they that laid hold on Jesus led him away to Caiaphas the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. And Peter followed him afar off into the high priest's place, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priests and the elders and all the council sought false witnesses against Jesus to put him to death. Now I have to say that if you look now, let's say you go to court and your cop that pulled you over because you had a tail light out and all, they lie. Why? Because it's in their best interest, because they want your money to steal from you. Okay? They put you to death that way. If you can't eat because we stole your money, can you see where I'm coming from? It gives an effect of keep going down. 60. But found none. Yea, though the many false witnesses yet found they none. At the least came 2 false witnesses, and said, This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. Yes, Jesus Christ said that. That's the truth. And the high priest arose and said unto him, Answer thou nothing. What is it which the witnesses against thee? And Jesus held his peace. And the high priest answered and said to him, I adjure thee by the living God, that thou tell us whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God. Look, tell us, are you the Son of God? Do you claim to be the Son of God? 46. Jesus said unto him, Thou hast said, nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power, and coming in the clouds of heaven. So, now, I want to say this right here. This is a good opportunity. Do you see a secret rapture? No, there's no rapture here. Because let's just look at it. Thou hast said, nevertheless, I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power. You're going to see Jesus Christ up there sitting on the right hand of power. Okay? And coming in the clouds of heaven. Now, everybody's going to see it. How can this one person or these sinners that are killing him be raptured out of here? It can't happen. These people are killing him. They're going to put him on a tree. So there's no secret rapture. He says it. Coming in the clouds of heaven. Okay. 65. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, He has spoken blasphemy. that what further need have we to witness? Behold, now ye have heard this blasphemy. So they're saying that blasphemy is saying that I am God. I am the master. They're saying that that's blasphemy, which the Bible clearly tells you that you are a God too. Okay? Okay. Now, whether you want to stand up and be a God, it's up to you. I deny being a God. I'm not a God. I'd rather have my God over me, my Father over me. Can you get where I'm coming from? It's a sin, of course, but it is not unto death. Alrighty, 66. What think ye? And they answered and said, He is guilty of death. Then did they spit in his face, and buffed him, and others smote him with the palms of their hand, saying, Prophesy unto us, thou Christ, who is he that smote thee? Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, Thou also wast with Jesus of Galilee. But he denied before him all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. So see, Peter did. He denied him. Right here's one time. Okay? And when he was gone out to the porch, another maid saw him and said to them that were there, This follower was also with Jesus of Nazareth. And again he denied him an oath and did not know the man. So here we have 3 times that he has denied that he knew Jesus Christ. And after a while came unto him that they stood by and said, Peter, surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech betrayed thee. In other words, we can hear your voice and we know your voice that you were with him. 47. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crowed. Okay, so of course, he used what you all would call, I swear I'd had nothing to do with them. Okay, I swear it. Words. Okay. Let's see, where is the, and to curse. You guys don't know what you're doing. Damn you to hell. You don't know. You see what that's a curse. Those are curses. Okay? Now, 75. And Peter remembered the words of Jesus, which said unto him, Before the cock crows, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly. It was brought back between the time that all this happened up until now. He had forgotten about it. Don't we always forget things? Always. We cannot keep our brain on a function anymore, because look at all the chaos that was going on in Peter's life as Jesus Christ was getting crucified. He can't remember it. Look at all the chaos that's going on in this world and the time that you have to try to remember what's what. All right, we'll look at 27 after we looked at the Genesis, whatever is in, Genesis 38. All righty, I will see you all later. Love you guys. This is how to donate to my PayPal. You come down here to Poor Man's Sewing, and you mash on Poor Man's Sewing. Then you go over here to About. You mash on About. And right here is to donate to Poor Man's Sewing. Thank you. I appreciate everything that is donated. It will go to the sewing shed that we are working on. Or anything that you want me to put it on there, just leave a note on there and I will see what it says. And I really do appreciate you donating and watching my channel. A lot of hugs and kisses to you.